Hello students, how are you all? So today we are going to start chapter 8, editing a worksheet. But before going further, students, I want to recap. See, as we have done the chapter number 7, Microsoft Excel 2010. And in that chapter, we have studied about what is Microsoft Excel, what are the features of Excel, right? How to start Excel, what is a workbook and a worksheet, how we can enter data in a worksheet and we can save our workbook. So, this chapter is also related to the previous chapter that we have done. And the topics we are going to study in this chapter are how to select cells, how we can enter numbers as text, date and time, how we can change the cell contents using undo and redo features. We can insert columns and rows, how we can copy and move data, and the use of auto-fill feature. Microsoft Excel is an application software used to perform mathematical calculations. After entering data in a worksheet, we may need to make some changes in it. We can add more data and edit its contents. Editing a worksheet involves changing cell contents, copying and moving data, and inserting or deleting rows and columns. Let us recall what is a range. A range is a group of contiguous cells which form the shape of a rectangle. When you select a range, the selection becomes dark with a border around it. Now, we will study about selecting cells. Students, we often need to select a group of cells to perform various operations such as copying, moving, inserting or deleting. Selection can be made in any of the following ways. If we want to select a row or a column, then click on the row or column heading. If we want to select entire worksheet, then press Ctrl plus A or click on the Select All button located on the top of the first row heading. If we want to select adjacent rows or columns, then select the first row or column, then hold down the Shift key while you select the last row or column, as you can see in the picture. Next, how to select non-adjacent rows or columns. Click on the row or column, then hold down the Control key while you select the other rows or columns for selection. Okay students, now we will learn how to enter numbers as text, date and time. To enter numbers as text, place apostrophe before the number. The digit will be treated as text. To enter date or time in a cell, type the number and click on the Enter button next to the formula bar. Click on the Format drop-down button in the Cells group on the Home tab and select the Format Cells option. In Format Cells dialog box, select the Number tab. Click on the Date or Time category list. Choose the type of format and click on OK. To enter date and time in a cell, separate the date and time with space. Let's have a quick view. To repeat the last action or command, press F4 key. Next, we will learn how to change the cell contents. The characters and numbers typed in a worksheet can be seen both in cell as well as in formula bar. Enter the contents and press either the enter key or the enter button on the formula bar to accept the changes. When you type in the new data into the cell, the two buttons cancel and enter will appear on the left of formula bar. Cell contents can be modified in two ways: replacing cell contents and using edit mode. So, first we will learn how to replace cell contents. By default, you can edit the cell contents directly and replace them with a new entry. Open a new worksheet and type in the data as shown in figure. Select the cell D6 whose content has to be changed. Now type 65 in that cell and press the enter key. Note that the previous value 56 is replaced by 65. Similarly, try to change the contents of other cells. We can also edit the cell contents in the following ways. To change the contents of a cell, select the cell and then click on the formula bar where you want to insert characters. Now make modifications in the formula bar. Turn on the overtype mode by double-clicking the cell. Press the insert key from the keyboard. Start typing the cell. The existing characters will get replaced with the new characters you typed in. When overtype mode is turned on, the cursor changes to a thick blinking bar. The blinking bar is visible only when you are in edit mode. Now let's learn how to use edit mode. Select the cell D6, double click inside the cell. The data is displayed in the formula bar also. The insertion point will blink within the cell. Note that the edit mode is indicated on the left side of the status bar. Position the pointer at the desired place and change the contents. Now press the enter key. The changes will be entered in the current cell. Notice the edit mode indicator changes to ready mode. Okay, there is a note for you. You can change the cell contents by pressing F2 key after selecting the cell. The cursor will blink at the end of the cell contents. Now, let's learn how to use undo and redo feature. After making modifications in a cell, you may wish to cancel the changes and retrieve the previous data. To undo the last action performed, use the undo button on the quick access toolbar. The redo button is used to quickly reverse the last action that you have done using undo command. Click on the redo button on the quick access toolbar. Okay, there is a tip for you. You can use the shortcut keys Ctrl plus Z for undo and Ctrl plus Y for redo actions. Students, I have one again tip for you. Some actions cannot be undone, such as clicking any command on the File tab menu. If you cannot undo an action, the undo button changes into can't undo. Some actions, such as using a function in a cell, cannot be repeated. If the command or the action cannot be repeated, the redo button changes into can't repeat. Next is how to insert columns and rows. Students, you can insert blank cells, rows or columns in a worksheet. To insert a column, select the column or cell to the left of which a new column is to be inserted. For example, select the column E. Click on the Insert drop-down arrow in the Cells group on the Home tab and choose the Insert Sheet Columns option. Excel inserts a blank column to the left of column E. The entries of column E will be shifted to column F as shown in figure. Okay, students, there is a shortcut key again for you. Press Ctrl plus Shift plus 7 to apply outline border around the selected cell or a range of cells. To insert multiple rows or columns or rows, cells, select the same number of columns, rows or cells that you want to insert. To insert non-adjacent columns, hold down the Control key while you select the non-adjacent columns. You can insert a row by selecting the row and then choosing Insert Sheet Rows in the Cells group on the Home tab. Now, next is how to copy and move data. Copying refers to duplicating data. That means text, numbers, formula either in the same worksheet or in a different worksheet. Moving refers to changing the position of data either in the same worksheet or in a different worksheet. Use copy and paste commands to copy the data and use cut and paste command to move the data. These commands are use Windows clipboard. Okay, next is copying and pasting data. Select the cell or a range of cells you want to copy. For example, you select range B4 to D4 as in the picture. Click on the copy button in the clipboard group. The moving dashed line will appear around the selected cells. Select the F6 and click on the paste button in the clipboard group. The text will be copied to the new location. If you want to paste the same data repeatedly, click on the paste button again. To remove the moving border after you finish copying, press the escape key. Now let's learn moving data around. Sometimes you find that the placement of data is not appropriate. If you do not need to delete and retype it, Excel allows you to move data around the worksheet. Okay, let's learn using drag and drop method. Select a cell or range of cells. Position the mouse pointer at the edge of the selected cells. Students, notice that the pointer changes from a black cross symbol to a move pointer symbol, that is arrow. Drag the selected cell or a range of cells to a new destination and release the mouse button. the data will be moved to a new location. Students, again I have a tip for you. Right click on the cell to open shortcut menu. Select the cut command and then choose the paste option to move the cell contents to a different location. The shortcut keys to perform cut, copy and paste operations are Ctrl plus X, Ctrl plus C and Ctrl plus V respectively. Students, do you know to clear the contents of the cell, select the cell. Click on the clear button in the editing group on the home tab and select the clear all option. You can also clear the contents of the cells by highlighting them and then pressing the delete key. There is a quick view for you students. You can minimize the worksheet by pressing Ctrl plus F9 key combination. To maximize the worksheet, press Ctrl plus F10. Next is how to use autofill feature. Excel provides a wonderful feature for copying cell contents. The autofill feature is the easiest method to fill data in cells automatically. Type January in cell B1. Position the pointer at the lower right corner of the cell. The mouse pointer changes into a thin black plus cross sign. Hold down the left mouse button and drag the fill handle up to cell B5. Now release the button. The months February to May would appear in the cells B2 to B5. Students, if the source cell contains a formula, a day or a month, the autofill feature fills the series in the destination cells as you can see in the picture. And if the source cell contains text or numbers, the autofill feature copies the data from the source cell to the destination cells. And in case of numbers, type 2 consecutive numbers to fill the series while using the autofill feature.